Hi there, Purple Girl here. I just wanted to bring you along for a quick little update of my garden. It's now the end of September and we've had unusually hot weather for September. Just one, maybe two really light frosts and that's it. So I still actually have some things going on here and I just thought I'd give you one probably last real look around the garden and my yard before the cold weather sets in. So let's hopefully have a quick video here where I can give you a little look around at things. I've been in the process of kind of cleaning things out and getting ready for the cold weather. And you can see a lot of the beds are looking pretty empty. I've harvested the potatoes, the corn, the onions. I've cleaned out the tomatoes and taken most of the squash and pumpkins and that out. So I don't have a whole lot left in here, but in that bed back there, I'll take you over there. The lighting's a bit harsh, but other than this beautiful display of marigolds and zinnias, I actually have some food growing in here. And you might recall when I took my garlic out of this bed, I planted in some potatoes that I had started in small pots. I just put the seed potato in some soil in small pots and I planted them here, and the potatoes are looking good. That's about 60 days now. Potatoes haven't flowered, but they've grown really nice and healthy, and like the plants themselves, so I'm curious to see what's happening under the ground. These will be the last potatoes I pull out this year. I still have some that are done and ready to come out of the ground in another bed. And I also planted some peas around that same time, and they're flowering, and I think they'll be probably giving me some shells on here pretty soon, some pods. So I wasn't sure about this. I planted these July 27th, the peas, and they're homesteader, I believe. I wasn't sure if I'd get anything out of them or not, but it looks like with this weather keeps up for a few more weeks, I might actually get something out of it. Like I said, I still have some potatoes that need to come out, and right from this bed here down is all potatoes ready to come out. You can see the vines are all dried off and finished. So that's about 2 by about 10 feet of potatoes there to come out. A few marigolds and a pumpkin, but I don't think it's going to do anything for me there, but I just left it just to see what happens with it. Oh, and I also have a few carrots left in this bed here. Otherwise, oh, and I forgot that one. Another pumpkin over there. That's a baby Pam. I took the other baby Pam off, but I left this one just to see if it would ripen up. The vine still looks not terrible. It has a little bit of powdery mildew. But so I left that one to see if it would finish ripening up there. Otherwise, the tomato bed is emptied out, and this bed had potatoes in it, and it's emptied out. Some celery plants I pulled up one day and forgot to take in the house with me, and just a few marigolds, so I need to clean those up, but that's empty. This bed that had corn and squash in it, I think that's all. And a few onions. It's pretty much emptied except for just this little bit of celery that I've left at this end here. So yeah, I've still been getting celery to the garden. That's great. And then this bed here, it looks like I have a bag of garbage. That's leaves that I've been working on cleaning out the compost bins and getting things switched over, so I have room to put things in all winter when it's not really composting down. So I empty out the bin and I put it usually on my beds as I empty them. Use that compost that way, and then I can get the bin ready and empty with just a layer of leaves in it, ready for some kitchen scraps and whatnot over the winter to just pile up in there. And then the other bin I'll fill with leaves. Right now it actually has some finished compost in it, so I still need to get that moved out too. This bed here has some parsnips just in a small row along there. Of course there's dill, because there's always dill. There's a pumpkin there. Can't remember the variety. So again, I've just left it and we'll see what it does. The vine's not really healthy, but the weather's nice. I'm going to let it try and grow. And I also have some zucchini. I'll come around the side. The zucchini are really enjoying the weather these days. It's been really nice out. So I think this plant, which is the golden zucchini, Gold Rush, it's not looking as healthy, and I think it's kind of done. I'm not sure. I need to get some water on these. I think a little dry. And then these were just a surprise mixed pack of different zucchini, and they've really just started to produce really nice in these last few weeks. So I'm getting some nice zucchini off of them. I've pulled the pole beans that were in here out and harvested the seeds off the Gold Marie. And then here's my green zucchini. Again, like, if you see, there's another one in the back there, doing really well. So, and then I have a few brassicas left. Can't remember if that video's out yet, but I've put some garlic in the front of this bed. And then I have just a few cabbage, and the Brussels sprouts are in there, but the Brussels sprouts really didn't do anything this year. And there might be one cauliflower left here, but this cabbage is looking pretty good. It's not totally firm yet, but it's looking pretty good. This cauliflower kind of seems like it's stalled there, so I might just have to take that one. Oh, and I didn't even realize I have a cheddar cauliflower here. So that'll be nice. I'll be able to take that. It looks like pretty soon it'll be ready to go. And I have another couple of heads of cabbage back here. The cabbage has been smaller. Everything's been smaller in this bed this year, but I think it just wasn't getting enough water. And then my Brussels sprouts, you can see they didn't really produce anything, so they really could just come out. Sunflowers are looking wonderful. I think this was the burnt sunflower. I might be wrong on that. Actually, it looks like it says giant sun gold, but that doesn't look right. There's a tag down on the ground. The burnt was supposed to be kind of like the teddy bear. I've been loving this Jade Princess millet. I'll be growing that again for sure. And I have a few sunflower heads that I pulled. I was just letting dry out a bit more to see if I get the seed out. I may have cut some of them too early. I still have lots and lots of carrots left in this raised bed. So I'm able to pull lots out. And I cut most of my peppers way back quite a while ago. So they're not really doing anything. They just need to be cut off. Now I harvested everything off of them for the most part. There's a few little candy cane left on that one that might finish off. I do have my potted peppers just in here in my cold frame, and they're still maturing and doing well. So there's some jalapenos there. That's an early prolific, I believe, there. No, this is the early prolific. That must be a lipstick, that other one. Yeah, so that's a lipstick. So they'll turn red when they're ripe. And toy Romanian. That's a banana. It's not getting very big, but that's a banana. And there's some more candy cane there. I don't know if you can see there's some peppers on them. But I've just left them in here just to kind of see what'll happen. There's a few tomatoes left, but I haven't been watering these pots, so what I get off them is just what I get, and then I'm gonna dump these out pretty soon. They're looking pretty sad. You can see the fabric pots here, and there's more down there. Those are potatoes. I still need to pull those out. They're matching varieties to what I have left along the fence in the ground, so I kind of want to harvest them all together and see. I don't have high hopes for these bag potatoes with our dry summer. This pot of kale has been giving its all since the coolish weather came back. And there's my Sugar Rush peach and Hungarian hot wax peppers. I just harvested some onions out of this bed here, and these are supposed to be a perennial hardy kind of green onions, so I've left them. There's some kohlrabi. Probably use harvesting on some of it here. Had a little bit of that already. A few carrots. And I tried beets in this bed a few times, and I really had a few out of here, but not much. So, and then down there, that's where I had done kind of a late experimental planting. So let's open that up and have a peek. So I have a frost cloth here because we have had some cool nights, but for the most part it's just been like this. And unfortunately yesterday I took a last minute trip out of town and forgot to open this up before I left. So things are looking, you can see the kale's looking pretty droopy at the back there, but overall it's good. There's spinach back there, there's kale, a couple kinds. Pak choi, I'm not sure, it looks like just a bunch of pak choi came up in one spot, which I'm pretty sure is not how I planted it. So I'm not sure what happened there, though I can see a slimy slug trail. I don't know if you can see that. There's definitely a slimy slug trail there, so maybe the slugs have been in here a bit. Swiss chard back there. There's a little bit of lettuce. Not a lot. The lettuce did not come up well. Might just be too hot in here for the lettuce. And then lots of nice radishes. I believe these were French breakfast, but they're from seed I saved, so I'm not sure if they'll come true. And then what was it, a cabbage? I think there was like one cabbage and a cauliflower, though it seems like there's like about 5 plants here. So again, I'm not sure what I did there. Yeah, something's definitely been munching on the radishes. But nice little radish. The soil feels damp where I pulled that up, so it's good. Those are looking nice. So for a late planting, I might get, definitely I'm going to have some spinach and things and some radishes out of here, so I'm happy with that. Looks like I have some little mini bell peppers trying to make their way through here too. So just a quick walk around, I'll let you see the state of the flower beds. It's kind of a mess, but look, my cannas are doing this. Someone said, I'd done a video and I was like surprised at the size of the seed heads. I don't usually let my cannas like just form seed heads, so I guess I've never just seen them that big, but I used them in an arrangement and it sure was pretty. I'm really hoping this dahlia blooms for me before we get frost. It's called, what is it? It's called Orange Dreamsicle. And I really just want to see it. So hopefully that blooms for me. I have a couple of blooms on it forming. They were really late. All my dahlias were really, really late this year. And might get to see something. I have another one over here, and even though you can see I have a stake in there, I apparently never actually tied it to the stake, and it got broken with the wind, so I don't know if I'll get anything. It does have some blooms. I'm thinking of changing this area for next year, and I don't know if I'll get to it starting in the fall at all to get any work done, but I'm thinking of kind of cutting in around this area here and cutting the grass out so I extend that flower bed across. I'll put about another, I think I figured about 6 feet of flower bed in there, and I'd put that walkway, I'd extend the walkway there through here over to the shed and then have planting on either side of it. So I'm still kind of mulling that over. Might be something we see in the future here. Just a quick look around. Plants don't seem to know it's the end of September in Saskatchewan here. You might see some droopy things. I moved some Joe Pye that was in the back, and this tree has just grown so much here that it was just getting too shaded. So I moved the Joe Pye out into a couple other places just to let it have a chance to bloom. It grew, but it wasn't blooming anymore. And this foxglove looks like it wants to bloom. So I don't know, maybe I'll get some more foxglove blooms at the end of the season here too. Oh, this one's blooming. I didn't even notice that. Some little foxglove blooms. Cosmos are loving this weather. So I'm still getting lots of bouquets out of my garden this year. Another gladiola. This poor little dahlia has just had a tough year. My flower pots, I think about a month ago I was like, I don't know why I grow bacopa, because it just kind of goes green all summer, but look at it now. It's just a frothy ball there. I haven't really done anything. The planters here are getting drip, but they're not getting any fertilizer or anything now. It's late enough in the season. Just letting things do what they do. Hydrangeas. This cafe au lait dahlia has given me the most blooms. I've actually gotten one off of the other three. It was a lot darker, pinker. Hydrangea here. These flower pots, I have to admit, I didn't really do any pinching or any proper care of these all summer, so unfortunately, they aren't looking the nicest. These with the impatiens are just done. It's just, they're done for the season. It's my garden helper. There's some of the hostas that I planted this spring in a video. That one, I didn't realize wasn't getting the water I thought it was getting early in the spring, so it's not looking the greatest. The larger one in the center there was an established hosta I already had. And two on the ends were new this year. So the hostas are doing pretty well. I have a couple that might not come back. I have a couple of little mouse ears by the house that I'd put some little mouse ears hostas down along here. You can see, Buster. You can see some there, but I think the rest have not survived. And I have some others from previous years down there. So really, I'm just enjoying this last little burst of pretty much summertime temperatures that we've had for the last few weeks here, and Just trying to enjoy the prolonged season, mostly with the flowers. The vegetables are, for the most part, they're played out and they're done. But I am getting a few more than I expected to get this time of year, and I'm enjoying everything I can get out of the garden. It's been a long, hot, dry year, and I'm just gonna enjoy this last little stint of it, where we're getting a little bit of a relief from that really hot weather, and hold off that cold as long as we can. So hopefully you enjoyed this little stroll around the garden, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.